読まないんだよな、最近。遅いな。いや、次、なんでしょう。どこまで行ったんだっけな。崖下を調べるってとこだっけな。あ、そっちですか。
What are you doing? This doesn't concern us.
A little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute.
はいはい。で、どういうの思ったの君そこ。え
Come on, it's an
go,
easy
go.
climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
はいはいはい、
I don't know about this.
Huh?
Whoops-a-daisy.
おっとっとっとっとっとっと。あ、だから。
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl.
はい。
Together.
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
You can't leave. We might have missed something important.
折れた後。
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
It's a long fall. Far enough to crush the girl's skull.
Edward Charles Harden.
ああ、
Oh, you're
はるちゃん、
hopeless.
こんばんは。ちょっと待って、やっぱ、棒読みがないと不便。ちょっとごめんなさいね。こんばんはです。あれ、入んないんだよな、棒読みが。あ、入った。これで大丈夫か。はい、こんばんはです。一回、ごめん。
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going
ハ
back.
ルさんこんばんはです。
Leave? We might have missed
こ
something
んば
important.
んは。じゃあ、行くよ。え？見るべきもの見たん
松
だな。
本さんこんばんは。
こんばんは。ラマンさん、こんばんは。
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
カンボジアのタンポポさんこんばんは。カンボジアのタンポポさんこんばんはです。
岩か。あ、なんか上に
Is
あ
that
るよ。
blood?
The girl could have hit her head on
なん
that
かな
rock.
い。
There would have
No.
been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it.
なんかあるよ
Can you
ね。
move the rock aside?
移動。帽子？帽子？
アルコールの妖精ちゃん、カエルさんこんばんは。
なんかあるよ。人形？人形だよ。頭ねえし。 怖っ。
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Or maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
首が、
We are in the land of Vikings.
首ない
Could be
ね。
1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues.
はい。
Come on, old sport. It's not
ち
far.
ょっと待
Can
っ
you wait just
早い
1 minute so that I can catch my
て。
breath?
もう行きやがった。
Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
山登りかよ。あ、何やってんの？
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
怖っ。
One
Oh,
second.
teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
身をそらす。身をそらす？何？距離。人目の少ない身をそらすようになってる。
Certainly high enough to kill a child.
If I had to go, this would be the way to do it. Soaring through the air like a bird.
And landing like a rock.
やだやだ。
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not.
ちょっ
I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's
と
still...
早いな。
You're still out there.
若い。頑張って走ってもこの速度だもんな。
Lissy, slow down. I can't keep up with you.
どこ
Who
行った？
knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissy? Are you there?
あ？
Alice.
Yeah?
いた。
Teddy,
え？
My word.
なんか死んでね？
Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
This is just ghastly. What made him do this?
でも自殺になってるけど。
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. It depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
なんて書いてあるの？
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself? Sorry.
あれなんか今出なかったっけ？
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
松本さん、こんばんは。
Or Frederick.
しゅんさんこんばん
He's too
は。
old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her.
しゅんさんこんばんは
So
です
she。ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess.
いや
Maybe it's
ー
the killer.
しゅんさんこん
Guilt
ばん
ate him
は。
up, and he offed himself.
こんば
That's
んは
just。speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing more to do here.
シュンさんこんばん
I'm going
は。
back.
カエルさん、
Let
こん
the
ばん
poor
は。
soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace?
下ろさないとダメだよね。
You're just going to leave him hanging?
アルコールの妖精さん、ラマンさん、
I'm
こんばん
here
は。
for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, Betty, Betty. Always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man.
Betty.
He's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
仕方ない。
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down
は
by
い
his
はいはい
legs.
はいはいはい。
Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
いやー、やだな。
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
ボトッ。
こんばんは。
こんばんは、ゆいさん。
来た瞬間、天日干しされてる方が。
2 days.
ゆいさんこん
They're
ばんは
not
で
back
す。
tonight.
They're not coming back.
Perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
事故。
Perhaps she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
It's difficult to say with any certainty.
ハレさんこんばんはで
The
す。
boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck.
はいはい。
I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Hmm? ここじゃないよね、ソファー。1階だよね。あ、ここか。なんだこれ。読めないっていう。ソファー。びっくりした。ここじゃなかったっけ、ソファーって。
You do look exhausted.
相変わらず変な
I'll
顔だ
tuck
な。
you in.
寝るって表示が出ないんだけど。あ、帽子を置く。
ライアス、オフ、フェアみたい。
Betty will want these back.
I
あ
don't think it's
レイヤーズ・オブ・フィア
Please.
2が出たんですよ。してた。知ってました？まだ日本語になってないけど、一応2が出たみたいですよ。レイヤーズ・オブ・フィア。 これが妹さんですね。
めちゃくちゃやりたい？
まだ日本語化されてないですよね。英語版は発売されてますけど。
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no.
Hush now. Sleep.
おやすみなさい。
ライアス、オフ、フェア怖かったけど面白かったです。
2は面白いですかね。なんか2は死ぬことがあるみたいって言ってましたけど。書いてあったな。3日目。うん。どこ行った？
Where are you, Lissy?
2階か。へいへい。はい。そうですよ。
Alice?
はいはい。
This is her room.
Hmm?
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then
この絵ね。
nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my
なん
time.
かがあるんだよ、
We
鉱
might
山
be
に
the。only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look. There's still no sign of the Fretlands.
Maybe they left town after Ruth died. Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle, Simon and his father on the other.
A
There,
community
there.
divided.
教会。なんかを見つけたんで。
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine.
鉱山だよ。
Could be.
坑道。うん。
But what did she find?
something important enough to draw.
それで喧嘩になっちゃった。
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
これも不気味なんだよ。
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
どっこいしょ。
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the Black Seas in a shattered boat.
死体
The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester. But instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you...
しかし
That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
Your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you. She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
クレヨン。もうないかな、調べるとこあるのか。あ、ドラッケンだ。
Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
For Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy. It looks a bit like the Draugen in her book.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew.
やっぱコードい
It
かない
looks like this box under her
これ
desk.
か。
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
何が入ってんの？開ける？開けるか。ん？
What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll.
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing,
Caused on the
perhaps the
shelf.
mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things. There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This
events.
is what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
なんだ？
Church bell. Someone's here. Maybe Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We
I
should be
told
careful.
you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
ここ
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about that all.
何これ？丸？書く？座る？お、何これ？主人公はこんなんなんだね。何書いてんの？随分悠長じゃん。何もボタンが効かない。 何このショットは何？おった。見失してくれないんかい。随分簡単だな。今朝は紅茶の代わりにレモンでとります。間違った。こうめくる。アーデンさんのとても想像力豊かな子だ。エドワード・ハサディが手紙を送っている。アーデンさんの妹は来られた気配はまだない。ルースはやはり何かを隠している。夜間に何者かが私たちの船を破損させたようだ。
Where are you, Lissy?
I'm up at the farm.
農場の裏？
Alice!
I'm up at the farm.
農場の方？農場ってどこだっけ？農場。農場がどこだかわからないっていう。ここか？
Lissy!
I'm up at the farm.
来ないの？いけない。いけない。囲われちゃってる柵で。
Where are you?
I'm up at the farm.
あの女の子連れてこなきゃダメなのかな？教会あそこだよね。教会には、初めて行くな、教会。誰かいいのか。
July 24th. Memorial service.
告別式。
A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
いや、真新しいのが1個あるけど。誰とは書いてないんだ。
All these fresh
お、びっくりした。
graves. Do you think that maybe
No.
Betty?
I'd know.
これだよね
You。wouldn't understand. Elizabeth and I, we have a bond.
God, Edward. Your obsession with her is really starting to grate.
あれまた書いてある。
Why board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escape? Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well,
ここには
of
こ
course
こ
he
に
is.
はいない。
You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Can you peek through the boards? See anyone?
No,
Listen. The bell. They're still in there.
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
パンチ。
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet.
いくよ。
Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
引いたら落ちてくるとかね。こっち側にもある。
What's this rope for?
The bell.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you, it's ghosts. So what happened to the hunchback of Grovik?
They must be here still. There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind. I mean... I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
I don't like that sound. Please stop. Stop it.
3回行くとなんかあるかもしれない。
Stop it.
なんもねえか。
Lissy.
え
Look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she... She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a
Betty
labyrinth.
will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill. What happened here?
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive. They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it,
最後
this
の
was an
晩
act
餐。
of desperate.
His final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you. Isn't this a fire hazard?
They're not always lit. Each candle represents a single prayer.
That's a lot of prayers.
There were a lot of deaths. That bell still bothers me.
Didn't you say it was the wind?
I guess it could have been the wind.
Once you eliminate the impossible, etc., etc. I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document, for he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Old English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes. Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
なんか、あれだよな、さっきからガタガタガタガタ言ってるし。他に、
What are you doing? We're in a church.
I thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
なんだそれ。
What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
呪いだったり。
It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements.
許し
Tilly Verandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly, but I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once.
まあ、双子だか
How
ら
could they
ね。
allow their grudge to escalate until...
ご飯の片付けしてきますね。
You
は
call
い、い
each other
らっし
traitors,
ゃい。
but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us.
呪い。
Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed
すげえカタカタ
you.
言
This
ってる。
curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
あれどこ行った？
What a terrible mess.
First the store, then this.
おいた。
What's wrong with these people?
何をやってんだお
They
前
were
教
angry.
会で。
And afraid.
降りなさいって。これ気になるよな。うい。
Stop it.
行こうぜー。だいたい調べたよ。
I'm no closer to Betty than I was yesterday.
Maybe she never made it to Grovik.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course she's here. I found her scarf, her hat, and her gloves.
I guess.
調べるもんないよね。ん？出ていいかな。なんだここ。え？
Where are
何
you
こ
going?
れ？いや、何なんだろうこの道。と思って。え？まだなんか調べるもんあった？
leaving until I find some sign of Betty.
あ、ベティ
Whatever
の
you
痕
say.
跡。なんだろう。聖書は関係ない。書も関係ない。ん？妹の痕跡？なんかある？乱雑。見たでしょ？これか？なんて書いてある？
The church book, a record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead.
Her name would be in the book.
Vandals. Tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look,
あの紙を拾えってか。これ拾えってか。そういうわけじゃなくて。あれ？ああ、これから拾えって。
how many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here.
4
I
枚
know.。Let's make it a competition.
あ
1-0 to Team Me.
第2枚。
I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
もう俺は3枚ぐらい見つけて。
Found another one. You get it. It's right here.
で、4。
Just one more page missing.
お前見つけたんじゃないの？あと1枚どこ？あったっけ？こっちないよね。あと1枚どこだ？
We need to find all the pages.
表？あれ？じゃあ1枚どこだ？ちょっと探してよ。
The missing pages must be here somewhere.
いや、そうなんですけど。え？
Where are you going?
いや、中がやっぱじゃあ。これを引くと出てくるとか。
Stop it.
これ、違うの。どこだ？どっか見落としたか。え？あと1枚。
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
え？どこにあんの？1枚。ちょっと探してよ。あ、 こっちもあるのか。暗っ。いや、なんも見えない先が。
We need to find all the pages.
なになになに。
Where are you going?
え、だってあと1枚見つかんないんだよ。
Where are you going?
え、ちょっと。ん、なくね？持ってない？
The missing pages must be here somewhere.
ん？どこ？こんなとこで積むとは思ってないんですけど。ないな。
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
え、ん？マジわかんない。あ、こっちか。チョンピできないわ。どっかにありましたっけ？椅子の上にあるかと思ったら椅子の上にもないし。表行っちゃえ。
Where are you going? Teddy, where are you going?
いや、ないんだよ。
What are you doing? Where are you going? Teddy, where are you going?
え？
What are you doing? Where are you going? Teddy, where are you going?
ん？
Teddy, where are you going?
いやいやいや、本当にわかんないっす。
Where are you going?
誰かわかる方いたら教えてもらいたいですけど、物語が進みません。え？やだよ、こんなところで時間食うの。あ？ でもう引くしかないんですけど。
Stop it.
2回いけんのかな。2階なんてもんはないよね。はい。
For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
なんだよ。どこにあんだよ。あと1枚。下しゃがむなんてことはないしな。
Tilly Verandre.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly, but I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us.
毎度っす。
毎度っす、ゆうこちゃん。こんばんは。どこにあんの？あと1枚がないんだよな。あ？ちょっと、
通形のな
We need to find all the pages.
え？ゆうこちゃん。
パソコンっすね。
The
これ
missing
これ
pages
パソ
must
コン
be
っす
here
よ。
somewhere.
いや、そのなくなったページが
We
さ、
need to find all the pages. The
探
missing pages must be here somewhere.
探せよ、お前もう。見つかんねえんだよ、あと1ページ。
確認のために通形のなーって打ってみました。
ちょっとごめんなさいね。なんか全然わかんなくて。こういう探し物は何ですかって
Where are you going?
得意じゃないんですよね。お年を取るとなおさら目の前にあるのに気づかないとか、そんなんバースからね。どこにあるん？ないだろう。いや、絶対ないって。あれだってろうそくだろ？
絞りを裏筋に設定してください。
絞り設定っすか？ちょっと待って。
Where are you going?
はぁ？こういけないもんね。 あ、これか。なんだよ。
Two for two. Tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
もう
Of course,
全
feathers.
然見ないんなかっ
Stop
た。
being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Bitty, bitty, bitty. Will you ever shut up about your precious Betty? Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying to cheer you up.
よし。
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths.
誕生と死亡が開
Here's
か
the
れてる。
third Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse.
呪い。
That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
呪いじゃん、全部。
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
もっ
Murder.
殺
Who killed
人。
him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For
ミステリーっすね。サスペンスミステリーみたいな感じ。
Traitor.
裏切り者。ネルさん。
what's wrong?
The final entry. There's no name. Alice. What if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty.
It doesn't mean she's...
She's not dead. She can't be. I'd know. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself.
船越英一郎警
It's
視
not
か
Betty.
そうっ
Betty's
す。
still alive.
え、墓を荒らすの？
Teddy? Where are you going?
いやー、それはやっちゃいけないことじゃない？
Edward!
You better not be here, Betty. Never. This one.
え
Unmarked.
いや、気になったけどさ、確かに。真新しいなって。やらないと物語が進まないのよな。
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
Thank God.
誰？
It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like
Or
that.
what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just... leave me be.
Fine.
え？
Lizzie?
え？
Alice?
お
Come back.
え、どういうこと
Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
え妄想存在しない人だったの？それにびっくりなんだけど。え、どういうこと？あ、だから金の根を嫌がったとか、そういうやつ？何その驚きの事実。どこ行くんだ？あ、いるじゃん。
I was afraid you'd left me.
Eh?
Now listen to me. No!
どういうこと？お、
Lissy. Hey,
へいへい。
Lissy, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you did. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone.
ちょいちょいちょいちょいちょい。君は一体誰なんだい？
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet, your little plaything? Well, fuck you!
そろそろ海沿いの崖ですか？
I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable.
ちょっと待って。あ、
Lissy?
Huh?
Alice? No! No, no, no!
おーおーおいおいおい。船越英一郎が止めてる感じっすかね。ちょっと待ってなさいって。
What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please listen. Hear me out. Don't do this.
ちょっと
You
止まれ。
can't do this to me.
止まれ。
I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't.
ちょいちょいちょいちょいちょい。
No, 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 no. What?
ああ。はてな。
Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please be all right. Please don't.
You make me sick,
Oh.
Edward. Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed. They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have, and we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
No. Never. Never. I never forget. I am never alone.
4日目。急展開ですな。
Wake up, Edward.
誰？何なんだよお前。
Stop hiding.
誰お前。リッシー。
Without us, you are nothing. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lissy?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
Oh.
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
That's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to
いなくなっ
you,
ちゃった。
Lissy. Oh. Listen. Please. Lissy. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
I don't need God's help. I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course, I...
あ、おー、もう、ん？
Don't go. Hear me out.
Let's see.
Alice. I depend on you both.
You can never depend
Come
on other
on.
people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, Teddy Bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
I gave you this jacket. Betty. You were here.
Huh? なん。
Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you.
聞いてくれ。
I'm trying to talk to you. Alice, be reasonable. Lissy, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which
Jesus
means
Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday.
Betty,
She must-
Betty.
怖いな、お前。
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
It will never be the same.
"なんかメリメリ言ってんだけど。
She does not want you.
Who are you talking about?
Why do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
But not us. We're always here for you.
I beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
Fine. You're alone.
For good.
「消えた。
Lissy. Come back. Please.
"どこにもいない？いないね。あの上着をかけるんか。本当になんかレイヤーズ・オブ・フィアみたいだな。一個一個集めて、これが集め終わったら、おお、びっくりした。毎回驚くんだよな。上着をかける。上着違う。なんか暗くなった。なにえいや、一日が終わった。
Betty? Elizabeth?
ちょっと起きられない。起きられない。うわ、上着がかかってる。手袋も。
upstairs? Betty, I'm coming. I knew you were here.
ここだって開いてなかったよね。扉。い
Betty? Betty,
今日始めたんで
are
す
you
か
in there? Open
や
the door.
今日じゃないですね。一日、一昨日か。
Coming in. Stand away from the door.
おい。おい。い
終盤。
や、わかんないっす。あ、スカーフ。ん
Betty?
死んでね。
No. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty.
いや、その前だって。
Anna.
うん。
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor.
ガスライター。
It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... A signpost. A breadcrumb. But what's so important about the Fretlands? I will figure this out. I will find you, I promise. It's from Johann, addressed to his wife. Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly distraught. Knock ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets.
秘密には
For
うん
20
ざり。
years I've kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then?
そして、
You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine.
鉱山か。
You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your
やっ
story
ぱ
to the
鉱
end,
山が最終ラウンドだな。
all the way to the end.
鉱山に何かがあるんだよな。もういいかな。扉を開けたら何かがあると。ないか。農場行って鉱山か。ここはもうない。
Did you go to the mine, Betty? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
なんだ
So where is Frederick's farm?
なんだこの丸。ずっと向こう丸だけど。鉱山ですか。あれが鉱山なのかな。鉱山でもあれだよね。今いることがここだから、あの丸の方に行けばいいのか。いけないのかい。
Tracks. I can follow them to the. Did you follow the tracks to the mine? What led you to this place? All these fragments. You would piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know? Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. But something happens.
そうなんだよ。鉱山で何かがあったんだよ。
Disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick. Was this your doing, Johann? Did you burn your brother's farm to the ground? And where were you, Betty? Did you witness their fall?
なんだここ。何ここ。あ、金庫だ。
What do you reckon, Betty?
.わかんないよね。なんかある。特に意味がないのか。小屋がいっぱいあるね。入り口がないぞ。ここだ。真新しい。サイモン。
Simon's grave. Born December 5th, 1909. Died September 17th, 1923. safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here and not at the cemetery? If the village blamed him for Ruth's death, I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figure this out in no time.
ここは読まないんかい。よし、金庫が開くかな。会場。サイモンの誕生日でしょ。
Let's try Simon's birthday.
開いた。
Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health. We're concerned about you both. No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon. Mr. Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber. We have already dealt with the worker who made the discovery.
お、鉱山の鍵か。
The Fretland Mining Company. I wonder what this unlocks. You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you.
どっちだろう、鉱山。この
All
ト
right,
ロ
Betty. So what happens next in your story? Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. If the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out. The mine shuts down. Frederick's up to his neck in debt.
What? なんだ？ん？
Cursed mine in Grovik.
呪われた鉱山。
Locals struggle with bad crops and livestock deaths and blame it on... They thought they were cursed because of the mine. A thing like that becomes self-fulfilling. If you believe you're cursed, every misfortune feeds the delusion.
登る。向こうの丸は何なんだろう。まあ、いっか。
So, 20 years pass.
松本さんはサッカーどこの国が好きなんですか？
私、どこの国？
Tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor.
国、やっぱ、ブンデスが面白いからドイツかな。ブンデスリーグ面白いっすよね。
Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered.
よいしょ。あの
It's
丸
a
が気になる。
catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate.
ロッペンは引退ですかね？移籍しますかね？
Despair,
日本に来てくれりゃ面白いんですけどね。
murder.
辞める前に。ロッペン引退かな。長いね。神戸でもガタガタっすからね。寄せ集めすぎて連携が
All
取れ
because
な
of
い
the。mine. Because of what they found there.
すべては
And
鉱
what
山
they
なん
covered
だ。
up.
何かがあるんで鉱山に。
There was no one to stop it, Betty.
タレント殺し。
They were alone.
ですよね。
That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
ほんとタレント殺しっすよ。あ、入り口、ミッケ。すべての始まり。なんだ？あ、頭があった。
Ruth was here the day she fell. Something spooked her, and then she ran all the way to the cliff where... Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
何かを見て逃げたんだよ。何を見たんだか。明かりないのかい。
Hello? Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
ランプぐらい持ってこないと。あ、そこでこれを使うのね。暗いなぁ。なんか動いてる。なんかいるよ。何？カラス？カラスか。びっくりした。なんだ？あ、バイキングの品物だ。
Oh, Betty,
違った。
this is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason. What am I not seeing?
いや、怖っ。おおおおお。 ばい、崩れる。崩れる、崩れる。やばいぞ。崩れるぞ。戻れ、戻れ。あ、ぶんね。あー、埋まっちゃった。お、誰？
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me.
Edward!
Stay where you are. I'm coming.
と、と、
Edward! Edward! Where are you?
I'm on my way.
あれが気になるんだけど、なんだあれは。
Edward! Edward, please! Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty.
これさ、娘さんと同じ運命をたどってないかい？崖から落ちないか？
Hurry!
いや、なんか崖から落とされそうで怖いんだけど。何かに怯えて逃げたって何かに呼ばれて走ったわけじゃなくて、もしかして。
Edward! Where are you?
嫌な予感しかしないんだけど
I'm。almost there.
崖の方行ってるよね、絶対。そういうわけじゃなくて。いやー、なんか背中押されそう。
エドワード。
Just stay put.
これ行ったらやばそうだな、なんか。でも行かないと物語進まない。そういうわけじゃなくて。あ、でも家か、家だな。じゃあ大丈夫か。
Oh, Edward! Hurry!
押すなよ、押すな
I'm
よ。
coming.
何が起きるか。
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
Thank God. Thank God.
いやー、なんかやばいぞ。いないじゃん。
Elizabeth. There you are.
いないだろ。
Finally. You have no idea how long I've been looking for you.
何を見てるのお
You
前
had。me so worried.
Huh?
Look. Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
やっぱそうなるか。
No.
なんかレイヤーズ・オブ・フィアだよね、本当に。
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother,
She hated you for that.
she could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after.
え、そうなんだ。
You always forget this.
この帽子の子は幻覚？
そうです、幻覚
So
で
you
す。
bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. All it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth.
30年前に死んじゃったんだ。子供の頃に死んじゃったんだ。
It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Eh, 6日目？これで終わりかと思ってた。何 ?1 週間ぐらいあるのかな。
Are you here, Lissy?
いるね。
風呂入ってきます。
はい、いってらっしゃい。
Goodbye, Betty.
「顔は変わらないんだな。
Lissy!
Outside, Teddy. Teddy bear? Are you up? Come outside.
It's a beautiful day. Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off this stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
Hmm, 綺麗。ルース。
Such an amazing view, isn't it? And
綺
the
麗
air.
綺麗。
Ugh. Boy, that's... Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik. Well. Some places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No. I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
The letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere, paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
To find my sister.
But Betty's not. She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts, you're alive.
Fair enough. So what really happened to Ruth?
I believe it was an accident.
How? What happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, she ran from the mine and came here. And then... was she afraid? What made her run?
Cool.
Something spooked her.
And she panicked. So she ran here. Why not home? She couldn't go home. Or she didn't want to. She felt safe here. This was her happy place. And then... if only Ruth had wings, like an angel, she could have flown straight to heaven. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
They're dead. I don't believe there's anything more to it than that. But there's comfort in oblivion, and we won't be alone. We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in oblivion. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending, with no annoying loose threads. Edward! Is that...
A boat?
あ、
But
帰
how?
ってきた。
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
I don't understand how this can be.
Draugen got tired of sailing around in it and brought it back to us.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's blouse, while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
My goodness.
また
Righty ho. No rush. We have all day. What a beautiful day.
「このヤギはずっとあそこにいるの？」
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things. I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
やっぱ見とこう。2階のでも死体はそのまま。
Come on, let's go. Row, Teddy, row. The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy, and it's almost winter.
There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
ですか。そんな長い物語でもないんだね。 終わりかな。よし、じゃあ終了します。ありがとうございました。